Fala galera, seja bem-vindo a mais um vídeo aqui no canal. E hoje estamos continuando nossa saga aqui no Fallout 4. No último episódio, como vocês puderam ver, a gente montou, e com certeza vai ser uma bagaceira que só a peste, o grande robozão. Eu não sei, eu não lembro o nome dele, não vou mentir. Então, provavelmente, quando a gente ativando ele, ele vai surgir em locais aleatórios, em certo momento. Então, só esperar pra ver. E no meio termo, o Ancião Max tem uma missão importante pra gente. Agora, qual missão é? Não sei. Mas a gente vai falar com ele lá. Ver o que é que ele quer falar com a gente. Cadê? Ah, ver. Opa, apareceu uma missão. Vá ver o vídeo. Calma aí, deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui nisso aqui antes. Deixa eu ver o que pode acontecer. Tá. Vamos lá, Virgil. Me diz que você tá bem. Oi?
Welcome back. It needs some refinement, but I think we can consider my serum a qualified success.
Sucesso parcial? Mas tu tá 100%, mano.
This is a qualified success?
There were some side effects to the process. I seem to have hair again, and I've retained some muscle mass. The genetic resequencer needs more work. Still, I take your point. This is a significant advance, but only for one strain of FEV. It will take years, perhaps decades, to generalize my formula. Still, you have my gratitude. You're welcome to make use of my lab. Or help yourself to any of this junk, if you want it. In the meantime, I have a lot of experiments to run. Excuse me.
Tá. Posso pegar tudo, né? Opa, peraí.
Bingo.
Você coletou uma edição de ciência de Tesla. Armas de energia causam permanentemente mais 5% de dano crítico. Papaizinho. Cabelo adesiva. Não, beleza. Fora isso, tem mais alguma coisa aqui, mano? Mano, tu não tá comentando. Tu não tava. Ah, peraí, tá aqui. Na boa. Marmita da Valtec. Calma aí. Salvar. Oh! Olha, papaizinho! Rapaz, olha isso, velho. É meu agora. Super mutante, aviador, capacete de aviador. Beleza. Amplificada, todo cabelo. Só isso. Bom. Deu certo a engenhosidade com o Virgil. Ele voltou a ser humano. E ele tava reclamando ainda porque ele voltou a ter cabelo e ter físico. Tava querendo voltar a ser velho, é?
Make yourself at home. Such as it is.
Protect.
Agora a gente vai lá no comandante Max. Vamos ver o que ele quer agora com a gente. Valeu, já foi. Peraí. Macho, aqui é uma queda do tamanho do trem. Peraí, deixa eu ver aqui rapidão. É muito raso. Deixa eu voltar aqui de novo. É muito raso. Ah, agora eu entendi porque eu morri. Muito raso. Ixi, Maria, calma aí. Fazer esse teste de qualidade. Pra cá. Lá daqui, ó.
Damn ferals. Radiation has a twisted sense of humor.
Nem a pau, velho. Macho, eu tô basicamente só tá pra fora da minha cabeça, macho. Eu não morri. Rapaz, será que é bom mesmo as coisas? Deixa eu botar lá pra cima. Pronto, agora a gente segue o nosso caminho normal. Fizemos um teste de qualidade. A água salva. Vamos falar logo com o Maxon. Lembrando que essa missão que ele tá dando pra gente, mano. Você...
Am I being accused of something?
That remains to be seen. Proctor Quinlan completed the decryption of the data you retrieved from the Institute. A portion of his findings included a list of synths that went missing or escaped from their underground facility. After careful analysis of the information, we've discovered something unprecedented. Paladin Dance is a perfect match for one of the synths on that list.
Is Quinlan absolutely certain?
Proctor Quinlan validated the information numerous times. I can assure you, his results are accurate. The data you brought back included a record of each subject's DNA. We keep the same information on file for all of our soldiers. Paladin Dance's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M797. To make matters worse, he's gone AWOL, disappeared without a trace. His sudden absence simply reinforces our conclusion that M797 and Paladin Dance are one and the same. I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you, and then swore you to secrecy.
Calma aí. Puta merda. Calma aí. 4 formas diferentes. 4. Uma pergunta. Meu dever. Nunca me contou. Você tem coragem. Eu, com certeza, esse nunca me contou me salva. Você tem coragem. Você tem coragem. Com certeza vai. Eu vou virar inimigo dele. Por a minha posição em risco. Agora lascou. Vai, deixa eu ver. Eu salvei já. Vou salvar de novo. Eu quero ver cada um.
After everything I've done for the Brotherhood, you have some nerve accusing me of lying.
Your outburst leads me to believe I've misjudged you, which means I've decided to take you at your word. However, that doesn't absolve you of your duty. Dance is a synth. He represents everything we hate, a monstrosity of technology. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed in order to preserve our future. Which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever given. I'm ordering you to hunt down Dance.
Não, velho. Peraí. Eu vou ver as outras. Calma aí. Eu vou voltar e ver as outras.
After everything I've achieved, why would I jeopardize my position here?
You make a fair point. Apparently, I've misjudged you. Which means I've decided to take you at your...
Não, é a mesma coisa que a outra, certo. Deixa eu ver.
Had he told me, it would have been my duty to report it immediately.
Apparently I've misjudged you, which means I've decided to take you at...
Mesma coisa. Macho, 3 perguntas, todas com a mesma resposta.
You have to believe me. He never told me he was a synth.
Apparently,
As 4.
which means I've decided to take you at your word.
Meu Deus do céu, velho.
Doesn't absolve you of your duty. Dance is a synth. He represents everything we hate, a monstrosity of technology. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed in order to preserve our future, which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever given. I'm ordering you to hunt down Dance and execute him.
Não, pera aí, não, calma. Pera.
Isn't there some other way?
Absolutely not. My decision is final. Listen, I'm not blind to the fact that Dance was your mentor, and this isn't an easy burden to bear. But if we're to remain strong, we can't afford to make exceptions. Even when it means executing one of our own. Find Proctor Quinlan. He's been analyzing the data and should be able to provide you with a starting point. And Knight, there's a promotion for you riding on the results of these orders. So don't disappoint me.
Eu não quero... Macho, eu não quero a porcaria da promoção. Não, não, volta. Puta que merda, velho. Não. Ele merece uma chance. Ele merece uma chance.
Do it. Dance deserves a chance to explain himself.
You will do it. This is not up for judgment or debate.
Ah, eu vou te matar, mano.
Order Knight, and I expect you to follow it without question. Listen, I'm not blind to the fact that Dance was your mentor, and this isn't an easy burden to bear. But if we're to remain strong, we can't afford to make exceptions. Even when it means executing one of our own. Find Proctor Quinlan. He's been analyzing the data and should be
Mesma coisa.
with a starting point.
Mesma resposta. Deixa eu ver. Cara, eu tô ficando doido, mas já. Não sei.
I don't know what to say.
This isn't a request that requires an answer, Knight. This is a direct order. Listen.
Vá tomar no... Não.
You will do it. This is not up for judgment or... I'm giving you a... Listen. But if we're to remain... Find Proctor Quinlan. And Knight. There's a promotion for you.
Eu não quero...
Dismissed.
Meu Deus do céu, velho.
Internal monitoring active. Looks quiet.
Todas as...
Internal ballonet pressure. Green lights across the board.
Não. Fracassei. Puta que merda, velho. Eu não quero matar o Dance. Velho, eu vou ter que falar com ele logo, mano. Ver o que eu posso fazer pra ajudar, porque não vai rolar. Esse bagulho aí não vai rolar, de jeito nenhum.
Attention. Delta Team Lead, report to the bridge. Delta Team Lead to the bridge.
Oh, Knight. I was told you were coming. Sorry about this business with Dance.
Não!
What do you know about this situation?
While I was decrypting all of the data you acquired from within the Institute, I came across a list. It appears that the Institute keeps exemplary records where their synths are concerned, including logging those that were reported missing. As I was perusing this list, I came across an image of Dance under the heading M797. A quick DNA comparison with our own records told the rest of the tale. I'm certain this comes as quite a shock to you, Knight. I'm sorry.
I don't need apologies. I need to know where he is.
Yes, you're quite right. I've been poring over Dance's duty reports, and unfortunately, I haven't found any concrete information. As you're well aware, Dance had intimate knowledge of the Commonwealth, and I'm afraid he could be seeking refuge anywhere. I think our best approach would be to identify every location he's ever visited and eliminate them as possibilities one by one. You may want to get comfortable. This could take quite a bit of...
What the hell is this crap about Dance being a synth?
I assume your outburst was a reference to some doubt regarding Dance's identity. I can assure you that my findings are quite accurate, Scribe.
So he sets Dance up, and then you knock him down. Is that it?
Pera aí. Macho, não tem nem... Eu não quero matar ele, velho. Eu tô procurando alguma coisa pra tirar o dele da reta. Não, não gosto. Não, ordens do caralho. Não tenho tempo. Tempo eu tenho. É só isso aqui que resta, como ficou sabendo.
There are no secrets in the Brotherhood. Maxon's made it clear that we're to locate Paladin Dance, and if we find him, report his location to you. That can only mean you've been sent to hunt him down.
Puta que merda, velho. O jogo não vai deixar eu salvar ele, mano. Sério? Dá pra salvar. Se o jogo deixar... Peraí, tem uma opção. Dá pra salvar. Deixa eu ver aqui.
I don't like your tone, Halen.
My tone. Who cares about protocol at a time like this? I can't believe that after everything Paladin Dance did for you, you're just gonna turn your back on him like this. There's obviously been a mistake, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
Scribe Halen, you're addressing a senior officer, and you will show him the respect that he's due. Or so help me, I'll have to be brought up on charges. Now, unless you're here with information that can assist us, I suggest you return to the police station immediately.
Of course. My apologies, Proctor. I believe I have some information that's relevant to the search.
Very well then. Would you care to enlighten us? Or do we have to wait until you decide to grace us with your knowledge?
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight deck, I'd like to show you the information I've compiled firsthand. I've stored the data on my Vertibird gunship's computer.
At this point, I'll take all the help I can get.
Very good, sir.
Proceed, Knight. I'll continue doing my research here.
If you'll follow me, sir.
Puta que merda, macho. Macho, eu tô com ela. Por favor, que você tenha alguma informação. Por favor, que você tenha alguma informação. Se você não tiver nenhuma informação, a gente tá ferrado. What? Macho. Não, não faz isso não, Hayley. Hayley, não faz merda uma hora dessa não. Eu quero salvar ele. Tu me chama pra cá, onde não tem um pingo de gente. Hayley.
Excuse me, Scribe Halen.
Do you actually plan on killing Paladin Dance?
Não.
I haven't decided yet.
Well, before you do, I need you to listen to what I have to say. I've known Paladin Dance ever since I was an initiate. He trained me, showed me the ropes, and when I screwed up, he taught me to dust myself off and move on. He's earned my admiration, my respect, and my friendship. I don't care what Halen's report says. I don't care if he's a machine or not. He's still Dance.
Não.
Why are you telling me all of this?
Because someone has to before you rush off and carry out Maxon's orders without thinking about what you're doing.
Rapaz, eu tô mesmo.
Is the most selfless person I've ever met. I've watched him risk his own life based on nothing more than principle alone. That's why I'm asking you, not just as a member of the Brotherhood, but as a human being. Give him a chance. Let him tell his side of the story. If you're not convinced by what he says, or somehow he's become truly lost to us, then you do what you have to do.
Não, eu vou ouvir ele.
All right, I'll hear him out.
That's all that I ask. I'll just have to trust that when the time comes, you'll do the right thing. Before the Pribwin showed up, Dance had me identify a fallback point if we ever lost the police station. It was Listening Post Bravo, an old pre-war US military outpost on the northern frontier of the Commonwealth. It's isolated, and we're the only ones that knew about it. So, there's a good chance that's where he's headed. Just be careful. There's no telling what state of mind he's in right now, or if he trusts any of us at all.
Tá. A Hayley deu informação ótima, Hayley. Pelo amor de Deus. E ainda bem que ela não veio pra fazer nenhuma besteira. Puta que merda, velho. Logo Dance, macho. Tô até arrepiado, mano, com essa informação. Arrepia até os cabelos do Toba. Pior ainda é que eu vou ter que caçar ele, mano. Eu não queria mais. Eu não queria caçar ele, mas eu vou ter que fazer isso, mano.
Hesitating to pull the trigger on any of the Commonwealth stuff.
Ah, já tenho esse aqui. Eu já tenho desbloqueado. Ei! Calma! Isso aqui é bom. Beleza, eu numa treta de um lado e a explosão rolando no outro. Não, peraí. Ah, não tem 4. Peraí, por que não tem 4? Que deveria ser a metralhadora. Calma aí. Beleza, não tem. Ai, velho, Dance. Peraí. Isso aqui não tinha antes.
Won't be able to pick this.
Eu tenho algum ponto de habilidade? Não. É aqui mesmo, mano. Como eu vou pro local fechado, eu vou ficar logo... Cara, eu não sei o que pode esperar. Não sei se o Dance vai estar amigo ou inimigo. Que? Oi? Ah não, o cara tá pelado, mancho. O cara tá pelado, velho. Além de ser acusado de roubo, é um tarado. Nossa, tá difícil pra ti, viu, mano? Não, macho, fica pelo menos de roupa, macho. Cara, eu não quero matar ele, velho. Não tem uma coisa pra fazer não pra salvar ele, mano. Eu não quero, não vou. Mas só se ele me atacar. Meu Deus do céu, velho. Que diabo é isso? É um urso? Desce, hein?
Feel the chill of this place through my suit.
Caralho, macho. O cara não tá de... O cara tá fogo, macho. Sai de perto de mim, mano.
Hey.
I'm not surprised Maxon sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself.
Why didn't you tell me, Dance?
Because I didn't know. Until Quinlan got that list decoded, I thought synths were the enemy. I never expected to hear that I was one of them. If it wasn't for Halen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, what are your orders? Does Maxon even want me alive?
Pera aí, uma saída? Eu salvo aqui porque tem uma saída. Uma saída.
But I'm hoping there's a way out.
Don't be ridiculous. Look, I'm not blind to the fact that this must be difficult for you. I wish Maxon had sent someone else, but that doesn't change a thing. I'm a synth, which means I need to be destroyed. If you disobey your orders, you're not only betraying Maxon, you're betraying the Brotherhood of Steel and everything it stands for. Synths can't be trusted. Machines were never meant to make their own decisions. They need to be controlled. Technology that's run amok is what brought the entire world to its knees, and humanity to the brink of extinction. I need to be the example, not the exception.
If you really feel that way, why did you run in the first place?
The moment I learned the truth, I knew my life was in danger. I'm a soldier, so self-preservation kicked in. I needed to regroup and assess the situation. Once I got here, and I had some time to think, I realized I'd just made everything worse. I should have stayed on the Pridwin and accepted the inevitable. Like I said, I need to be the example, not the exception.
Não. Calma aí.
The empathy that you're showing me, it's a human emotion.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I've made my decision. I'm ready to accept the consequences of my true identity. Maxon's ordered you to execute me, and I'll be damned if I'm going to stand in your way.
Puta que pariu, achou decisão. Peraí, não. Tem a Irmandade, tem a ferrovia. Tem a ferrovia.
Is there any way out of this?
We both know that this is the right thing to do. If you refuse to follow Maxon's orders, you're undermining everything the Brotherhood stands for. I can't allow that to happen on my account.
Não. Vou recusar.
I won't do it, Dance.
I can't believe you'd risk your life just to keep me alive. Why would you do that for me?
Doido agora. Max está errado. Saída dos covardes. Deixa eu ver se eu saí dos covardes.
You need to face this, Dance. Dying is the coward's way out.
You're right. How could I have been so blind? I can't run away from what I am. To find peace, I need to face the fact that I'm my own worst enemy and live with the consequences. Perhaps now that you've opened my eyes, I can consider my next move.
Peraí.
Well, consider it soon. You're supposed to be dead.
I think we both know how we can solve that problem.
Opa.
The only clear choice is for me to leave the Commonwealth. The sooner I make for the border, the sooner I put this behind me. Take my holotags. Use them to prove that your mission was a success, or Maxon will just send someone else to hunt me down. Now, come on. Let's get the hell out of here.
Ah, meu Deus do céu, tem uma saída. Dance adorou isso. Dance, tu é meio boi no lama. Se o boi lamber, arranca a língua. Tem uma saída, agora eu quero ver como é que vai ser com o Max. Salvei um amigo. Esse cara aí é parceiro. Quero ver com o Max. Se ele meter a louca pra cima de mim, eu faço a Irmandade de Aço a partir de agora inimiga. Não quero nem saber de tentar subir... finalizar com todos as Irmandades ok. Sendo aliado de todas. Se o Max não aceitar, eu boto a descer pro lado dele. Só que eu vou estar ferrado, porque eu ajudei a criar o robô. Aquele robô gigante. Vixe.
How dare you betray the Brotherhood?
It's not his fault. It's mine.
I'll deal with you in a moment. Knight, why has this thing not been destroyed?
Tá que pariu, macho. Pera aí. Errado.
He's still alive. Because you're wrong about him.
Him! Dance isn't a man. It's a machine. An automaton created by the Institute. It wasn't born from the womb of a loving mother. It was grown within the cold confines of a laboratory. Flesh is flesh. Machine is machine. The two were never meant to intertwine.
Hã? Dessa hora é agora, viu?
Hey there.
Tango down.
Macho, agora, se o desgraçado do Max sabia onde ele tava, por que ele mandou eu? Macho, eu vou ver, ai, velho, eu vou vontade de matar ele agora. A vontade de açaí virar minha inimiga. Não tem outra. Depois dessa daqui eu acho que não vai ter outra mesmo, viu? Sim, terminou com a sua tarefa?
How dare you betray the Brotherhood?
It's not his fault. It's mine.
I'll deal with you in a moment. Knight, why has this thing not been destroyed?
Vamos lá.
Alive. Because you're wrong about him.
Him! Dance isn't a man. It's a machine. An automaton created by the Institute. It wasn't born from the womb of a loving mother. It was grown within the cold confines of a laboratory. Flesh is flesh. Machine is machine. The two were never meant to intertwine. By attempting to play God, the Institute has taken the sanctity of human life and corrupted it beyond measure.
After all I've done for the Brotherhood, all the blood I've spilled in our name, how can you say that about
You're the physical embodiment of what we hate most. Technology that's gone too far. Look around you, Dance. Look at the scorched earth and the bones that litter the wasteland. Millions, perhaps even billions, died because science outpaced man's restraint. They called it a new frontier and pushing the envelope, completely disregarding the repercussions. Can't you see the same thing is happening again? You're a single bomb in an arsenal of thousands, preparing to lay waste to what's left of mankind.
Calma aí, não, pera aí. Vai tomar no cu, velho. É sério isso?
You're comparing dance to a nuclear bomb?
This machine might not be a bomb, but its goal is exactly the same. Place it where you want the damage done, and when you least expect it, it delivers a lethal blow without warning and without mercy. A precision strike delivered right at the heart of the enemy. How can you trust the word of a machine that thinks it's alive? A machine that's had its mind erased, its thoughts programmed, its very soul manufactured. Those ethics that it's striving to champion aren't even its own. They were artificially inserted in an attempt to have it blend into society.
It's true. I was built within the confines of a laboratory, and some of my memories aren't my own. But when I saw my brothers dying at my feet, I felt sorrow. When I defeated an enemy of the Brotherhood, I felt pride. And when I heard your speech about saving the Commonwealth, I felt hope. Don't you understand? I thought I was human, Arthur. From the moment I was taken in by the Brotherhood, I've done absolutely nothing to betray your trust, and I never will.
It's too late for that now. The Institute has foolishly chosen to grant you life. You simply should not exist. I don't intend to debate this any longer. My orders stand.
It's all right. We did our best. You convinced me that I was wrong to be ashamed of my true identity, and I thank you for it. Whatever you decide, know that I'm going to my grave with no anger and no regrets.
Touching. Either you execute Dance, or I will, Knight. The choice is yours.
Calma, me escuta. Me escute.
All the sacrifices I've made and all the battles I've fought for the Brotherhood. You need to listen to me. You owe me that much.
Very well. I'm listening.
Vixe Maria. Tá, porra. Mudar de ideia, não. Confiança e respeito. Deixa eu ver, confiança e respeito primeiro. Eu vou dar reload até achar a resposta que eu quero.
Just listen to me. If I've earned any of your trust or respect while I've served with the Brotherhood, then I'd gladly trade it to keep Dance alive.
You value this machine's life that much. So, it appears we've arrived at an impasse. Allowing Dance to live undermines everything the Brotherhood stands for. Yet you insist that he remains alive. Which leaves me with only a single alternative. Dance, as far as I'm concerned, you're dead. You were pursued and slain by this Brotherhood Knight. And your remains were incinerated. From this day forward, you are forbidden to set foot on the Pridwin, or speak to anyone from the Brotherhood of Steel. Should you choose to ignore me, know you'll be fired upon immediately. Do we understand each other?
I do. Thank you for believing in me, Arthur.
Don't mistake my mercy for acceptance. The only reason you're still alive is because of him. I'm returning to the Pridwin Knight. Take some time. Say your goodbyes. And then I expect to see you there. We still have the Institute to deal with.
Calma. Calma aí. Essa primeira deu certo, beleza. Deixa eu ver essa daqui.
If Dance dies, then you lose me as well. I can't stay in good conscience if his life means that little to you.
Unbelievable. You'd be willing to sacrifice your career for the sake of a machine? So, it appears allowing Dance to live undermines everything the Brotherhood stands for.
Mesma resposta. Certo. Ele salva a vida.
Or not, Dance saved the lives of countless Brotherhood soldiers. Now it's time you saved his.
You're a stubborn man. So, it appears we've arrived at...
mesma coisa. Beleza. Caralho.
Is it too late to change my mind?
Of course not, Knight. I realize this is difficult for you. So I'm willing to forgive...
Não. Não tem essa. Confiança e respeito. Ele salvou vidas, vai.
Human or not.
You're a stubborn man. So, allowing Dance to live undermines everything the brother... Which leaves me with... Dance, as far as you were pursued. From this day forward, should you choose to... Do we understand?
I do.
Pronto.
Thank you for believing.
Don't mistake my mercy. The only reason you're... I'm returning to the Take some time. We still have the...
Ai, velho. Vai. Não, calma aí, Dance. Calma aí, Dance. Não vira as costas ainda não. Vai que ele mete a carapuça e dá um tiro pelas tuas costas. Nunca você sabe. Deixa ele se embora. Xiii, helicópterozinho bom. Mal rodou as asas e já subiu. Vai. Vai na paz e não volta jamais. Vai, vai, vai.
Hey, it took a hell of a lot of guts to stand up to Maxon like that.
Não, você... Pera aí. O que acontece se eu falar... O que foi agora?
What are you gonna do now?
I've decided to stay here. I didn't plan on spending the rest of my days at this old listening post, but it will have to do. Besides, you're still gonna need my help, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you wander the Commonwealth alone. Now, you better get back to the Pridwin. In the meantime, I'll start making this bunker more livable. If you ever need me, I'll be right here.
What about Halen?
I don't think Maxon knew she was involved, so she'll be safe. I'll contact her and let her know what happened here. It's the least I could do.
Are you gonna have a problem killing synths?
I might physically be a synth, but my heart and mind belong to the Brotherhood. The Institute is still a tremendous threat to the Commonwealth. They possess technologies that need to be confiscated or destroyed. I promise you, I won't hesitate to pull the trigger on them.
Goodbye, Dance.
Farewell. I hope the next time we meet, it will be under happier circumstances.
Ah, velho. Ai, velho. Conseguimos salvar o Dance. Conseguimos salvar o Dance. Mas, Dance, eu vou... Tu tá precisando de roupa, viu, mano? Na moral mesmo. Tu tá precisando de roupa. O cabo musculoso desse jeito, só de cuequinha dá não, viu? A traição cega. Fala com você é um Maxton. Meu Deus, ainda tem que falar com ele. Que caralho, que susto, velho. Ei, mano.
You're an inspiration to us all, Knight. Do us proud.
Você tá bem? Caraca, velho, o bicho tá estático.
The Goodwin's Hall can take plenty of punishment.
I heard that Elder Baxton got that.
Reporting is ordered, Elder.
Before we continue, I want to make one thing clear. This conversation will be the last time we speak about Dance. As far as the Brotherhood of Steel is concerned, he's dead. Do you understand?
Understood.
Good. Of course. Dance's execution creates a missing link in our chain of command. That traitor held quite an important position with us. I'm certain that you'll make a fine replacement. His quarters and all his possessions are now yours, including his personal suit of power.
Agora...
Congratulations, Paladin.
Ainda nem esfriou. Ei, mas só mandar uma dessa. Pera aí.
Body's not even cold, and you're already dividing the loot?
To the victor go the spoils. Being a part of the Brotherhood, you should learn to appreciate that sentiment. Just be aware that a Brotherhood Paladin is expected to be a symbol of integrity to our brothers and sisters. I trust you won't disappoint them, or disappoint me. In any event, we still have the Institute to contend with, and a lot of work to do before we can begin our final assault. While the finishing touches are being put onto Liberty Prime, Captain Kells has identified a potential threat to our operations. Report to him immediately for your next assignment. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Macho. Bom.
System delta's at 100%. Secondary delta.
I can't talk right now. I have a lot on my mind.
Rapaz, se tu tá... Isso daí é gaia, viu? Isso daí é chifre.
Trying to minimize reactor jitter.
Tá, beleza. A QG da ferrovia continua intacto. Opa. Da Irmandade também. Os Minu temem. Os Minu. Fica 100% lá porque sou eu que tô formando, né? Então tá aqui. Certo. Se tá aqui, tá tranquilo. As 4 principais... Pera aí. Irmandade. Ferrovia. E... o Instituto. Mas tem algum?
Adjusting compression rate.
Ah, nesse ponto aqui. Só aqui embaixo.
I have a situation I need to report.
Proceed.
Não. Vixe! Ouvi falar de Fabo.
Have you heard anything about a town up north called Far Harbor?
North beyond the Commonwealth? No. Operations have been kept to this area. Why?
There's evidence that someone may be amassing a group of synths up the coast.
If that's true, it has the potential to represent a significant threat. We need confirmation, not rumors or hearsay.
Can I trust that you'll follow up on this and report your findings directly to me?
Oh, deixa comigo, deixa comigo.
On me. I'm on it.
Very good. Bring me something actionable, and I assure you the Brotherhood will deal with it. Ah, Paladin. Good. Now that the unfortunate matter regarding Dance has been settled, we can return to our primary mission.
Do you think Dance's execution was justified?
It's quite obvious Dance was a traitor, or at the very least, a turncoat in the making. That machine's presence was endangering this ship and its crew, so it needed to be dealt with, swiftly and without mercy. Your actions in this matter were not only justified, they were vital to our mission. With all of that behind us, we can shift our focus back to our wartime preparations.
Sem descanso.
No rest for the weary.
We'll rest when the Institute is a smoking ruin. Until then, Elder Maxon and I expect you to be at your best. Now, before we launch our attack on the Institute, we need to address another threat. The Railroad. They're a small but capable group that uses subterfuge and guerrilla tactics to harass their enemies. Our tactical analysis says they could possibly hamper or harm our operations, which is a risk I'm not willing to take. If we strike them now, we should be able to maximize the amount of damage we do to their organization.
Lascou. Puta que merda, velho. Eu tirei o Dance a reta do Dance e botei na ferrovia. Calma aí, calma aí, calma aí.
Fine, but it hardly seems worth our time.
The Railroad may not appear to be a threat, but I can assure you they are a potential danger. Destroying the Railroad hinges on completely eliminating their leadership. Otherwise, they'll simply regroup somewhere else. To that end, here's a list of the 5 targets we believe would cause a catastrophic failure in their chain of command.
Puta que pariu.
Do they all have to die?
Absolutely. It's the only effective way of ensuring that they're no longer a threat. Now, before you depart, Proctor Ingram has additional orders for you to complete.
Our sources tell us that the Railroad has some sort of experimental or prototype robot in their headquarters. They're calling it the Predictive Analytic Machine, or PAM for short. Cute, huh? They use the robot for complex strategic calculations that are much more efficient than anything we can generate here. If you could use this holotape to decrypt the security on Pam's terminal, it will force the unit to return to the Pridwin. I'm certain we could put Pam's computing power to good use. Otherwise, destroy it. We wouldn't want it to fall into the Institute's hands.
Peraí, velho.
Anything useful you can tell me about Pam?
We have very little information on it. Its primary function is supposed to be using mathematical calculations in order to predict future events. I have no idea how successful it was, but if the Railroad's been using Pam for this long, it's got to be providing them with some sort of benefit. I'm sure Proctor Quinlan would be pleased to have it in his possession.
I think that should be sufficient information to assist you on the mission, Paladin. When you're ready, proceed to the Old North Church and link up with our assault team. They'll provide demolition support and all the firepower you'll need to take the railroad down. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
If you're no good at
Ah, ferrovia agora é minha inimiga.
you should take some
Puta merda. Não, 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 não. Não, peraí, antes de eu responder ela. Ou ele.
Here now, Paladin. This briefing isn't over.
Recon report. Knight Wagner recording. It appears the intel claiming the old CIT ruins house an entrance to the Institute was incorrect. My scouts and I spent days combing the location for a way in and turned up nothing, other than a couple of minor casualties. When a contingent of synths boxed us into an old tunnel where we were sniffing around. My immediate recommendation would be to follow the trail back on whoever provided that intel. I suspect some wastelander is feeding Proctor Quinlan lies to earn some caps.
Macho. Não vai dar certo. Não vai dar certo isso daqui não. Eu acho que eu vou me tornar inimigo da Irmandade. Ou da Ferrovia. Eu consegui tirar a reta do Dance, mas botei a ferrovia inteira. Mas a gente vai ver isso no próximo episódio, tá certo, pessoal? Muito obrigado a todos vocês que assistiram. Se você gostou e não está inscrito, se inscreva, deixe seu like. Não custa nada e ajuda muito, tá certo? No próximo episódio a gente continua essa história de jogo de amizade. Em quem vira inimigo e quem vira amigo. E tá certo? Valeu, até a próxima e falou!